What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, here with another one-on-one with the supervillain. You already know what this is. If you haven't checked out the previous ones, is where I sit down with members of my supervillain squad on Patreon, those who are at the $25 month tier who support me on a high level. I wanted to give my love back, and we sit down and we talk for at least an hour about whatever it is they want to talk about. It's not about me, it's about them. Now, this one is funny because this one could have got started about 15 minutes ago, but due to the person I'm going to sit here and talk with, they were in the wrong link. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't on me. It was not on me. But I've always had a great time talking with him, man. Last time I talked with him and his sister, this time it's just back to him, and we're going to get to chat it up again. Give it up, Mr. Rudy Rueda. Rudy, what's happening, bro?
Not much. Just feeling real foolish right now. Real foolish.
Well, at least you can say it, okay? Because it wasn't me. Like, it'd be a different story if it's sitting at me and I'm like, yo, what did I not do? Or what did I fuck up at? Like,
yeah. Listen, I grew up in a very responsible household, so I know when it's my fault, and I got no problems admitting that.
You're one of like 8 people I've ever met that said I grew up in a responsible household. Okay.
Yeah, my mom beat responsibility into me.
Okay, well that's a scary thing to tell people. Yeah. So how you been, man? How you been in the past month, dude?
I've been good. Finally got the channel off the ground. YouTube, it's up, and posted a video. That took way longer than I wanted, but I finally got that done. And tomorrow, me and my sister are watching Enola Holmes, and then I'm gonna start working on that video next.
Nice. So just to make sure you remember, there is a possibility that I may end up, my internet may end up acting up and kicking me out. Just so you know that we have this understanding. So what I am doing is being on the safe side, and I am putting myself in both in this one too. So this way I can go in with my phone if it goes out, and I can be like, "Da-da, I'm responsible." See how that goes around? Hey. No, man, I'm glad to hear that you guys got it off the ground for real. Seriously, I know you were talking about it. You've been, again, first time you wanted to, then you said you'll record some stuff, and now you're just like, yo, it's out. It's good. Matter of fact, I just saw the notification on Twitter. Y'all follow me because the first I had to think about, who the fuck is this?
Yep.
But it reminded me, my brain played back real quick because I saw it and I was like, who is? And I was like, oh, that's dope. So, man, congratulations, man. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. I got to get better at using social medias because I basically signed off of everything. I only kind of use it casually, just kind of take up time. But now that I got a channel and I need to start promoting my shit, I got to start getting better at that because I've completely I've disabled my Facebook. I only use Twitter to kind of keep up with celebrities, and I only use Instagram to look at very, very gorgeous women. So
in other words, you watched The Social Dilemma and was like, I'm done with this.
I actually stopped doing social media like a year and a half ago.
So you just completely were like, I'm done.
Yeah, I have several family members who are Republican. And
you're gonna be nice when you say it, is what you're trying to say, because you took an emphatic pause with that and was like, we're Republicans. Like you wanted to say more, but I kind of get where you're going.
Yeah, and so I do love them from the bottom of my heart. I mean, I would give my left kidney for any of them if they needed it, but I can't talk politics with them, and I can't be with them on social media.
Let me ask you this, and I'm glad you just brought that up. I see a lot of people who say I can't talk politics with them, and politics is one thing that's fair. I understand that when it comes to a political standpoint, but I think is it safe to say that what we've had going on in this country goes far beyond political affiliation right now? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like literally how you view human lives, from kids in cages, the LGBTQ, black people. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's not political in a sense anymore. So like, how do you view that with family?
As far as their politics are concerned, I try to stay away from it because it's a difference between like, I think we should spend more money on social programs versus I think we need more money for the funding for the military. Like that's something I don't talk with them on.
That's fair. Now that's fair.
When they start posting QAnon stuff and they start getting like real defensive about cops I actually had this argument with an uncle of mine recently after the Breonna Taylor thing. I was like, how can you live in a country where you are allowed to defend your own home and yet the cops are allowed to break into your home unannounced? I was like, those two things can't exist simultaneously
Nope.
because somebody needs to be at fault. Like, and personally, I told my uncle, and I was like, because he's a Second Amendment former military, like he's a big guy, and so he's like, well, I want to defend my home, and I was like, well, then you can't be okay with the cops just breaking into anybody's home. And he goes, well, what if they're drug dealers? And I'm like, they're not though. This was a paramedic and her boyfriend, and
that's the part with the QAnon people. They're so stuck. This is how oblivious they are.
mm-hmm.
The drug dealer that everybody talks about is an ex-boyfriend she's moved on from, who the police had in custody already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when people, I'm like, yo, because I literally just got out of a 7-day Facebook ban because I argue with racists too much on social media, which I really need to stop. That's a thing. That's a J thing. And so I just got into it with a couple white guys earlier today after my ban was up. I literally went back to the argument. They were like, oh, well, if her boyfriend was like, no, that boyfriend is allowed to shoot in his home. You know why? She was like, oh, well, he was like, well, if he didn't shoot at the cops, she would have been alive. I said, he didn't know they were the cops. First of all. Secondly, Kentucky has the stand your ground law and the defending your castle law. So he is right. He is right by both of those. They had a no-knock warrant. You do understand a no-knock warrant does not negate the fact of a stand your ground law and defending your castle. Mm-hmm. If you kick on my door, you kick in my door and you don't identify yourself because you kicked in the door after the gunshots, then you announced yourself. That's not how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, and they're in plain clothes too. They weren't even wearing uniforms.
And they were in plain clothes. So when you tell people all that, they're like, oh, well, if he wouldn't have shot at the police, again, Kentucky has the stand your ground and defend your castle law.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just said, when it comes to you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You want to protect your home? Absolutely do so. Now, somebody just comes in your home unannounced. If that was the police that kicked into a police freeze, different ball game.
Yeah.
Different ball game.
But
so
bullets flying, and it's just, it was, that's all.
And then now people are like, oh, she wasn't sleeping. What the fuck does it matter? She was in a hallway. Shots woke her up out of her bed, and then she got shot. Yes.
Yeah.
What is the difference? But in Jay's arguing with racist white people, I was like, you're just trying to justify a black person getting killed, so you can't say you're racist.
Yep.
I was like, one dude tried to tell me, he was like, oh, well, the facts. I was like, do me a favor, pull up a credible source. No. Then you got to wait for all the facts to come out. So if you just told me to wait for all the facts to come out, you don't have the facts.
Mm-hmm. It's wild the kind of mental hoops that they jump through to justify their wanton destruction of human life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things. Like, propaganda is a huge deal.
So, but again, going back to family, because you brought that up, and it really is a great subject for me to think about, because I don't have that issue with my family. Like, again, I wouldn't say we're bleeding heart liberals, but we all are pretty much on the under. My family is that, we'll keep shit real. You know what I'm saying? To keep it understanding. How do you deal? Like you said, you love your family and you give a kidney for them. But when it comes to political things, when you say like what we should do government spending on and funding and stuff like that, that's one thing. But when you bring up a situation like with your uncle, how do you go forward and keeping that, like looking at it as like, oh, you are family, but you're willing to accept people being unjustly murdered? Like I'm just curious.
For me, it's you say your piece and then you get out of there. That's it. You just got to be like, listen, here's what I think. Here's my argument. It's very succinct and concise, and that's it. If you want to have a further conversation, we can. But as far as this post is concerned, I'm done. So I just go in. I'm like, hey, that's not what happened. That's not right. This is where you're wrong. This is what actually happened. And then I just end it there. And then like, well, actually, when you think about it from this, and it's like, no. I said what I need to say. You can either acknowledge your family and acknowledge that I had a point to make, or you can move on with your blind self and just, keep believing whatever they want to feed you. And the part that blows my mind is like, we're Mexican. They don't want us either. So like, why are you defending your oppressor? I don't get that.
You'd be surprised, especially out here, and especially what I've seen at home back in Chicago. It is a lot of the Mexican Latino population are very racist towards black people.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a weird fucking thing because it's like, yo, what do you think? I get that, yes, this technically, especially when we're talking California and all the, yeah, this is y'all's. I get it. They took y'all shit. I get that. Mm-hmm. But you do realize they don't like you just as much as they don't like us.
Yeah. They're putting us in cages down south. And
which again, when people be like, I'm so pro-life, I'm like, how? You can't be.
Mm-hmm. And then, oh my God, the forced hysterectomies, I was shaking. I was shaking with rage when I found out about that.
Yo, this ain't the most Gestapo Nazi shit ever.
We said they're Nazis. We said they're Nazis 4 years ago. We're like, these are Nazis.
We've said it legitimately, and this is literally what is happening. I remember one of my buddies posted a meme today and said, the same people who would say, I would do anything, I'd kill for my kids to protect my kids, have a problem with people coming over the border to try to give their kids a better life. Mm-hmm. All you did is come into a country, but you were willing to take a life. They're not taking any lives coming here. They're risking their lives coming here.
Yeah. Self-sacrifice.
It's self-sacrifice to come here. But you'd say, you have those people like, these are the same people that are like, oh, I kill for my kids. Which one sounds worse? Mm-hmm. But they've programmed themselves to believe that their cause is, oh, well, you should be here legally. Okay, fair. Okay, we're gonna go there. Let's just break down all the stuff you've done illegally. You know what I'm saying? When you try to hit them with things, like you can tell, no one that ever says that has a perfectly clean, never done anything illegal record.
Yeah, exactly. They see things through a different. It's more for me and not for you. The rules for me, not for thee, mm-hmm. or rules for thee, not for me. Sorry, I meant that.
Yeah, but it's so backwards, and I'm like, okay. Then they're like, oh, all lives matter. No, they don't. Not to you. Because if you said that, you wouldn't turn around and say blue lives matter by itself. Like mm-hmm. You don't mean it. You know what you don't want to say. You don't believe Black lives matter. You don't. And so you have all those people who take these stands that have been just like, you're trying to say so much. You want everybody to be united on the same page, but you really don't. Because instead of just saying what you really want to say, because I don't know if we talked about this, but I think I'm in agreement with this. If a person is a racist, I need you to say it to me. Let's not play this guessing game. Let's not play this beat around the bush. Let's just make it known. Because I don't want to have to play this song and dance of, you keep saying stuff that's basically saying racist shit, but you keep trying to avoid from directly saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just say it. Just fucking say it.
Yeah, it's wild the amount of like subtle racism you deal with. I don't know. I know you deal with that shit, but for me, it's always like these little things like white people will come up to me because I work construction during the day. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I got to go to like Home Depot or Lowe's or like some fucking home improvement store, and I'm always just walking around and I'm not wearing anything special. I just got like a busted up t-shirt and jeans and work boots on, and somebody will walk up to me like, excuse me, do you know where I can find this? I'm like, no, I don't work here. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize. It's like, I'm not wearing an orange or a blue vest. Like, why are you talking to me where I fucking walk these halls every day? How dare you? And then I actually used to pull night shifts at a really nice hotel up here in Scottsdale. And the amount of times I had people like answer the door, like, hello, oh, like they're like, oh, hello. I mean, sorry, hola, ¿cómo estás? It's like, nah, dude, I speak English. I was born here. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I just thought, it's like, you thought wrong, my dude. Just because I'm Mexican and I work in a hotel, you think I just got here? Mm-mm. Yeah. So I dipped out of there after about a year and a half, 2 years. The benefits were good. I got health benefits, so that's
yeah. I guess like you better than me. Ooh.
I had health insurance, so I stayed for a lot longer than I normally would have.
Hey, oh, I'm sorry. Hola, come on. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep, and people are like, "Oh, I'm not racist." Well, you said hello regular, and then you realized I look Mexican, and then switched to Spanish. That's racist. Like just talking, yeah.
Or not even they won't, because I've seen this happen before. I've seen this where they won't do the talking in Spanish. They'll talk slow and loud, like that makes it any better. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Hello. So I be like, the fuck is what is your problem? Like, is there a cue card you reading or some shit?
Is this an improv class? Are you taking an improv class and I don't know what's happening?
But I don't know. Is there a camera? Like, dude, it's just been so. I mean, the level of stress that this shit has brought on nonstop. You know, not just what it already has been. You know, so not what it already has been so fucking like. I said on Blurs, I said on my pod, I've literally started to figure out how to expatriate. And they're like, oh, where are you gonna go? If I can figure out how to budget some money and go to fucking Canada, because the thing is, I know there's racism everywhere. You'll never escape racism. Mm-hmm. But the level of what it is here, I would rather leave and be able to set up where I can bring my kids there, where it's not as bad as here. Because here it's proven. I mean, this country is always. That's the fucked up thing. People act like I've heard somebody literally try to say the country may have been racist, but it's not as racist as it was. Do you think that's any better?
We're only 95% racist now, so better.
And that 5% we've amped up to 10. We've turned the dial all the way up on that 5% of racism. You know what I'm saying? Because now, bro, you look at, again, it's a political election season, which again, it always gets heated in this country no matter what. But the fact that the level of fear that this dude has been able to instill off of lying out his mouth, get corrected, and people be like, oh, that's not what he said. Like, you fucking get it. This is the tape. Like, this is him.
What's the most recent thing? He was like, I won't commit to a peaceful transfer of power. It's like, and then everybody was like, oh, he was joking. It's like, you don't joke. Like, there's certain things you don't joke about.
That is one of those things you don't joke about.
Yeah.
And also, here's the problem. He won't. Exactly. He's not, but he has no say-so to it. Because he's been disproven with everything. The ballots are rigged. But you want people to early vote and everything in Florida. So you can't have it both ways.
Yep.
It's either all the way rigged or it's not. You can't just say it's only rigged in states you know you're going to lose. Again, he was like, California. Bro, you would never win in California no matter what.
Yeah, you lost 4 years ago. You're not going to get it now.
You're not going to all of a sudden. You've done nothing to make people in California be like, I'm going to support you.
Made it worse.
You made it worse. California. Like, you're never getting it. You were never getting the West Coast. You were never getting that. Like, what you need to focus on is trying to get, because even trying to get the middle of America and the Bible Belt. And even the Bible Belt is starting to flip because of now the kids are getting older to vote and are like, oh no.
Yep. People are talking to their parents like, hey, I know we're all about God, but you see what he's doing, right?
That is nothing what the Lord said.
That is not Christ-like.
That is not at all. Like, I've seen, bro, it's just, it's so, I want to say it's surreal, but it's not. I think the what makes it surreal is it's so in the open.
Yeah.
Because they were, things are always hidden under the sheets and under the covers and behind closed doors, and now it's just like peekaboo.
Yeah. It feels like a bad movie script. Like, people aren't supposed to be this, and I say supposed to, but like it feels like yeah, you're not like, it's not supposed to be this open, and yet here we are.
And I just like, because like I said, I've never gotten into politics themselves when it comes to things like that. I pay attention because I pay attention to everything. I'm very analytical with that. So I need to know everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of those people that will watch Fox News on top of everything else because I like to hear how far they skew something for the benefit of their audience. Because I've watched and I was like, "Are you serious? They said that." But then
Yeah.
you look at who watches them, and you're like, "That's exactly why they said that."
Mm-hmm. What is it? Trump's winning in the white uneducated voter category, and if that doesn't tell you anything about his base, like I don't know what does.
It's what he won in last time.
Yeah, it's uneducated whites between 2018 and 40, I think. Yeah, he's like, if you have zero education, like if you even got like 2 years community college, you're less likely to vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
If that doesn't show you exactly who he's pandering to and exactly how to turn this country around, because the right has been chipping away at our education system for decades, and so for them to get exactly to this point where they can rally up the uneducated voter, and not saying that there's anything wrong with being, I mean there is, it's you're less intelligent, but you're not less useful. It's just,
man, listen.
I don't want to discount anybody. That's like my thing. I like everybody has value. Everybody has worth.
I get that, but at the same time, look, again, this is why I say all the time, I come from that real, keep it real and just straight up family. Like everyone serves a purpose, but some people have no value. And you're telling me an uneducated voter who's just like, he make you think better from me. And you're like, you live in Kentucky, the 8th poorest state in the country. What is he making better for you?
Yeah, he hasn't signed a second round of checks. Like the fact that
it's not going to.
Yeah. No, he never would have. He never would have.
He never would have. But everybody's like, oh, it's the Democrats. No. Pay attention to it, because again, it's easy to write on a headline, Democrats do not allow this bill to pass. It's easy to write that when you realize, oh, they wanted more corporate breaks and all these tax breaks for these big things. And then Democrats are like, no, or they didn't put the amount the Democrats want because, again, the Democrats are like, yo, you realize the country is not moving and people need to pay bills.
Yeah.
And again, in the majority of those states, and that's the thing too, people are so oblivious. They're thinking, oh, it's just New York and Los Angeles and maybe Chicago that's complaining. Like, I don't know if you know how big the United States of America is. Like, I don't think you understand what that, it's not just 3 cities.
Yeah. We're not Rhode Island.
It's not, the whole country is not Rhode Island.
Yeah, man, it is so frustrating and depressing. But I have to hold hope that we will correct ourselves. And I actually read a headline. I didn't get a chance to read the whole article, but it said we are like 826,000 mail-in votes as of right now, compared to like 10,000 4 years ago. Something to that effect. It was a huge disparity of early ballots between 4 years. And so that brings me some semblance of hope that they're getting delivered and people are doing their best.
My thing is this. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No. I was just going to say, because even with the coronavirus endangering people's lives, which is a whole separate subject, the fact that people are willing to go out and do these extra things to make sure that they vote, even if they can't do it in person, makes me feel better.
It's also too, I tell people, like, everybody's like, oh, the president, when it comes to Biden and dude, I think I told you this before. I always told people, no matter what, as soon as dude got in office, I said, y'all understand he may get 2 terms, no matter what. And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, because there's never going to be one person, the people that just support the Democratic ticket are going to get behind. There never will be a person. They were like, oh, yes, there will. What about Bernie? No, because it didn't happen before. Like, there's nobody that everybody's going to get behind. So it's like, you're going to either have to suck that up or have The Rock literally run.
No.
And people say it as a joke, but you literally would have to have a celebrity beat a celebrity.
Yeah, that charisma. Because there's a lot of politicians that they're good at politics, but they got no charisma.
And so he would have had to beat, you'd have had that. But then I'm like, okay, so let's just hypothetically say dude wins the election again. What you hope for is that you flip the Senate because the House is good.
Mm-hmm.
The House is good. You just hope that you flip the Senate.
Yeah,
And then
and
because if you flip the Senate, he's gone regardless.
yeah, they'll impeach his ass day one. They're like, take your vow. Now, if you'll excuse yourself to the courts right
And
next.
we've had the articles of impeachment in the past. We're good.
Yeah.
Now you can go to the Senate, and they're going to go ahead and convict you. And also, these young gentlemen, these agents out here, these gentlemen, they're going to take you into what we like to call custody.
I know you've never heard of that word.
Because that's what he's fighting for, and he knows it. He's not fighting to win the presidency. He's fighting to not go to jail.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because he was already a criminal before getting into office, and then he's been piling crimes on crimes on crimes on crimes on crimes.
He's the only reason he's skated is the presidency has absolved him from a lot of just getting arrested easily.
Mm-hmm.
That title has absolved him. Again, everybody's like, oh, he cares about the country. When has Donald J. Trump ever cared about anybody except for Donald J. Trump?
Exactly. That man is narcissistic, purebred.
Sure, dude. I mean, like I said, I feel I deal with it every day. I imagine how you dealing with it in Arizona, bro.
It's a lot of Trump flags just cruising. I'm talking, yeah, they got those like little Toyota Rangers and F-250s and Dodge Rams with like the double Trump signs. There's actually a guy selling Trump merch down the street from me, and this is a mostly Mexican neighborhood. He's set up in front of a taco stand, and I don't understand how that guy's shit is still not caught on fire. Like you pick I live in a fairly nice neighborhood. It's not poor, and it's not like wealthy. My neighbors got roosters and goats, but it's a nice neighborhood. It's quiet. Nobody ever gets too loud. But man, if that wasn't just the worst place for you to put some Trump shit, like the amount of like immigrants and Latinos that drive by his place, that drive by that little Trump stand, I
think that's that goes back to the unfortunate thing of a lot of people are talk no action, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because again, dude, shit. Again, this is the thing we know never will happen. Trump supporters not going to come in the hood. They're just not. They can talk all. I'll get into that in a second. But let that dude who came in the hood. That shit would have been gone within 20. He'd have had to go.
Yeah.
He'd have to go. And then if he'd called the police, okay, let them come. You good? Guess what? Your shit's in flames right after they're gone.
Yeah. Cops show up like, hey, sorry, didn't mean to do it. Back out. And then as soon as they leave,
you done. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, it ain't gonna happen. Like, that's what everybody keeps talking about, how it's going to be, if he loses, it'll be a civil war and all these Trump supporters. I said, here's what's gonna happen. And I'm guaranteed this is I can call it to the fullest. Trump supporters and those who have their assault rifles are going to mount up, and they're just going to go in the most populated parts of every major city. So they're going to go into downtown areas and things like that where people normally congregate and populate together, right?
Yeah.
They are not going. They're going to talk about they run this country, blah, blah, blah. They are not coming in the hood at all, because you're not going to come someplace where people are looking for that smoke. Like, you want to get this work? You think these thugs going to let you come in and think you finna run shop? No.
You may have shot deer, but deer don't shoot back.
Deer don't, and that's the thing. Deer don't shoot back. Deer don't shoot back. And also, they run. Deer run. These moms will run and shoot at you. And that's the thing. They always go in those neighborhoods and areas where they can intimidate folks. You know what I'm saying? They can intimidate people.
Yeah.
But man, we'll see, man.
You know, I hope there's not a civil war, because if there is, I'm definitely going to lose. I'm going to disassociate from some family members very quickly.
Oh, I mean, of course it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I don't think they got the balls. Like, they'll pull their bullshit like they did when COVID first happened, and they're like we don't want to wear masks, and then they charge the Capitol, and then they all got guns, but nobody do nothing. That's it.
Because let's just use the hypothetical again. Let's say the thugs and the gangbangers and all them cats that really want to do this work, let's say they don't stay in the hood and go down there with them. That's the last thing you want. Because again, the art of power for them is intimidation.
Yeah.
And most people that go to protest and march and all that, they allow the intimidation factor. What did my aunt want? My aunt just, I had family members who call and text you, and I'm like, it more than likely she's called me because she just saw my weakest link thing. So if you don't mind, we're gonna do this together. I'm gonna listen to the voicemail she just left me.
All right.
It's gonna be okay. Let me do that. Play.
Hey, text me the time. I already know the date that the show is coming on.
That's a beautiful call.
Was I right or was I right?
You were right. You were absolutely right.
I said my aunt called because she saw what I posted on Facebook when I posted it, and that she text me the time because I fucking
I got the day. I don't got the time, and I need help with the time.
I love my family is predictable.
Mm-hmm.
My family sees me on something. Again, I'm on a game show on national TV. First of all, I'm on national TV. They're like, "Oh yeah, I know him." And then I'm on a game show. He hopefully gonna win some money. And then they're like, "Yo, if I win all this money," they're like, "Can I get there?"
Yeah, they hit you up.
Yeah. But other than this crazy shit, man. So y'all got the podcast and everything. Well, the channel going, man.
Yeah, I learned how to do video editing. I got some transitions in there. I paid a guy. Yeah, I paid a guy $300 to do like an intro for us, and then so it does. It's like me and my sister from the back, like watching the video, and you can hear like a camera rolling, like the old school like film cameras. So it's like anyways. So you hear that, and then like it zooms in on the screen, and then it like transitions to like us looking at the screen from the front, and then like my sister's like kind of nonchalant, like watching a movie, and then I got like an exclamation point next to my head, and I'm like elbow deep in a bucket of popcorn. And I'm not gonna lie, I look a little Asian in that art, but it's just the style of the artist.
Never heard anybody go, not gonna lie, look a little Asian.
Because I got like a thin little mustache. Yeah, she did like a thin little mustache and like little baby hairs on the cheekbones, and then the glasses, but the glasses are like glazed over like an anime. I love it. I think it looks great.
I mean, I'm not saying it's probably anything wrong with it, but you was like, look a little Asian.
I look a little Asian. People are gonna be very surprised. Like, I thought this was like an Asian guy and a black girl, but maybe I was confused.
Dude, whenever somebody draws me or in a cartoon, like I know this is kind of thin, okay, because I do this intentionally, but they do a whole thing. Like I just shaved it down because I was plucking out grays. Don't judge me, but like they'll make it so super thin. I'll be like, "What am I, pimping 87? Like, what are you doing?" Like,
yeah, and then then I put up then we do the whole recording. We did like the whole video. And then at the end of it, I do like a poster for the movie, and then it's again like me and my sister sitting watching the screen, and then it's just like a poster of the movie for like 10 seconds.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then
congratulations.
As like a little bonus, put like some outtakes, some stuff that wasn't usable in the video.
Review?
Yeah, in the review. I just put some stuff that wasn't usable like at the end as a tag of me completely mixing up Ela Fisher and Amy Adams.
Just
yeah, I was, because we were talking about Eurovision, which I loved, but I thought that was a funny ass movie. But yeah, I got them completely confused. So
I wish so people see what happens on Blurred's live, right? Y'all, I tell people, y'all are so lucky because whatever goes wrong, it goes wrong. That's why I think him and I laugh so hard, because when we were recording the first couple episodes, we were pre-recording it, stuff would happen all the time. And we'd be like, all right, let's start this over. Like, I can tell you one time we tried to restart it, I think it was 4 times.
Oh, no.
We tried to do the show we had one incident when we did the Harley Quinn review. I will never forget. I forgot to hit record twice. Like, we had got almost all the way through the review, And I forgot to hit record.
Oh no!
When we do the third one, because we just got to do the third one.
Just gotta go again.
Winston was so pissed. He flew through the review. When I tell you, he was like, I could not stop crying. Dude, I'm in tears, full on tears, just doubled over laughing, crying. I'm hollering. We put that one up. I'll never forget, because that's the review that got us the attention of the showrunners for Harley Quinn.
Okay.
And then they started watching the other reviews, and then they just started becoming like fans of ours of what we do with the reviews. And then like we talk to them on a regular now. So people like, hey, listen. I remember because we interviewed Dean Lorre and Patrick Shoemaker after we interviewed Justin Halpert. We was like, listen, so if y'all just happen to need two random voices to play two goons that's real stupid and eventually die, you know, two guys. Like, it was just like,
we here.
Well, yeah, man, I'll take some fun. Like, I got some stuff. Like, I'll watch all the old stuff because I know I should delete a lot of the stuff we record. Like, again, everything we did for the reviews for like all the shows, I still have the files and the video, but like I've uploaded it. So at some point I should be like, I don't need this anymore.
Okay.
But I just don't delete it.
Okay, I thought, I was wondering the same thing, because like I have a few episodes recorded from before we did the YouTube channel, before we were just doing straight audio, and I have just a straight audio of what I recorded. Oh man, and I've been wondering if I'm like weird for not deleting it. Thank you.
Here's the thing too, because the way I looked at it, and it made sense. If I need to which I got to do anyway, I got to redo my hosting reel. Mm-hmm. So I got to redo my hosting reel. So now a lot of my hosting stuff will come from these type of videos and stuff we've done like this. And it's easier to just have it readily available than having to download off YouTube.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, I can get it back off YouTube, but it's easier to have the raw stuff, you know? And so I can do stuff with that, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, I've been working out a lot more lately. I'm moving into week 4 on Monday.
How you feel?
And I feel great. I've upped my squat by like 60 pounds. I've been doing a lot of work.
Well, that's because y'all got gyms open, because y'all don't care. And I'm jealous. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to even lie. I'm jealous. We got what they're doing out here, what they call speakeasy gyms.
Oh, okay.
So they're putting all the equipment, they're putting equipment outside. Not all of it, some of it, right? So I got a free guest pass to go to one out here. It's like maybe 10 minutes from here.
Okay.
And they put the equipment in the parking garage level on like the 4th floor, which I was like, cool, okay, bet. So I got the free pass. I'm looking, I'm like, oh, this shit looks less impressive than Planet Fitness. They barely had any free weights out. I had to wait on people to get done with machines to try to get the weights they were using.
Damn.
So, like, if it was one of my days I wanted to, like, let me test my strength, let me put 3 45s on each side. I'd only have one for each side, and I got to wait on people to get done to get 4 more 45s.
Jesus.
When a normal gym, I can have 45s readily available because there's so many just floating around. Mm-hmm. Then all this stuff, right? So for a month of membership, 1 month, guess how much they want to charge?
$400.
Well, shit, I feel like it. $119. So then we're like, okay, because you're local, we have a promo you can do. It is $60 a month, but your contract is 6 months. No.
Regular gyms will be open by then.
Exactly. I'm not paying y'all for 6 months when I more than likely won't need y'all. Then I can't do and get the level of workout I want to get here because you don't even have everything. I understand you're not going to have everything out, but at least have some weights out.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, I said, you know what? I'll just stay my ass in this house. Y'all get these Focus T25 workouts in.
Yeah, I saw you did 3 in a day once. Oh, I got tired looking at that picture.
Well, first of all, you kissed my ass. Uh, number one. Secondly, I died that day. This is a ghost you're talking to.
Oh,
Because, dude, I didn't think it would be that hard. When I was like, man, this is just 25 minutes.
easy.
This can't kill you. And I've done just sometimes the one, and I'm like, and I remember me, Winston, in the group we're in, we were talking about trying to go to Insanity. And they were like, so, this is the precursor to Insanity. I said, oh, shit. Like, if this is the precursor, that means he goes crazy in Insanity, which is called Insanity.
Yeah. My brother bought those CDs. I think I got those CDs somewhere around here.
Let me tell you something. This is gonna sound real fucked up, me saying publicly. Okay, just gonna admit it. All right, listen. It's 2020. What the hell? I want to thank the Lord for the Pirate Bay website.
Yep.
Because those things are like $400 a set, some dumb number a set, and it's 2020, and ain't nobody working, so not gonna pay $40.
No. Why would you?
I know I had to buy some new resistance bands because I broke a second one working out.
Just too much use.
Too much. Like, I was doing Arnold presses and I pulled up and it went in my right hand, went pop. I was like, fuck, because it smacked. It's latex and plastic and it sounds like a whip. And I was like, please don't let this slap me. Because
it snapped down, not up.
Yeah, it snapped down.
Oh,
but God. I thought, like, again, it just, the sound is like, who knows? I was like, oh shit. Man, I was like, fuck, I done broke another one. Damn. And then it's like, yo, how do you keep breaking resistance bands? It's like, that means I'm using them. That's what it clearly means.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you're using them well.
If I'm breaking, so then I have another set. I have two sets. Well, I had two sets at the time. And so I have a heavier set of resistance bands. And like, when I say these bitches are heavy, like, they have the weight behind them. Okay. And so I'm trying to finish a Focus T25 workout, bro. Like, man, I was like, okay, look, I just gotta order some more. I can't just sit around and let this shit be like that. I'm glad have you lost any weight yet?
Yeah, I'm down to, what did I just weighed myself this morning. I'm down to 285.7.
What were you?
I was 291.
All right.
Yeah.
You changed the diet?
Not a lot. I'm doing smoothies in the morning. I'm kind of eating sort of healthy at lunch, and then I'm doing like soups and ramen for dinner just because I'm broke.
Take the salt. You got to get rid of the salt.
Okay. Just do the ramens without the salt packets.
If you can do, like, if you put something else in there to give it a flavor, but the sodium holds water and weight. So, like, when you get rid of the salt stuff, and like, again, I used to didn't know that your diet, once that changes, you can lose weight easily. I was just talking to I was doing one of the one-on-ones yesterday with Luis Torres, and he works in food science, and he was talking about people who do the keto diet. And I used to always think that is the most dangerous shit ever. That's how I always thought it was.
Yeah.
Just eating meats and cheeses and fats. You're eating that and just letting your body, because you're training your body, just burn all the fats.
Mm-hmm.
So even the fat you have stored, your body just burns.
Right.
And so I was like, man, that just sounds, he was like, no, if you do it right and you do it for 30 days right, your body will go into a state of ketosis where it just knows to burn fat and do nothing to burn fat. I'm like, yeah, but my arteries, like,
I'm already big. I don't need to put that extra strain on.
Dude, that's why I couldn't. I think I told you, man, I can't eat red meat anymore.
I think I heard you complaining about it on the Mad Titan. I heard you like crying about it.
First of all, yeah, I probably did. It's because man, I miss burgers.
Burgers are nice. I had Whataburger for lunch today because I was just feeling myself. Sorry, I won't go into the details. I just had Whataburger. We'll leave it there.
Pay attention to this message. Like, I'll go to Fat Burger and I'll get an Impossible Burger.
Okay.
I get an Impossible Burger on a wheat bun with all the veggies and stuff. So basically, I'm just eating a giant veggie thing, just all plants.
healthy.
I mean, it's like it's not that bad.
Healthier.
Well, it's not as bad. Like I said, I get grilled onions, lettuce, tomato, you know, a little bit of mustard. Not a mustard fan. You know what I'm saying? All that little vegan cheese. I'm good. I'm like, all right, cool. Give me some sweet potato fries because I'm eating complex carbohydrates. So I'm trying to offset it. And then I drink a young sparkling water because I'm bougie in this bitch. Which I learned you shouldn't drink that much of that.
Oh, yeah?
They said it actually will. If you drink too many of them back to back to back, it actually has a adverse effect on your body.
Really?
Carbonation.
Oh, that makes sense.
And I was like,
too much.
But I like
the fizz.
I like the fizz because I don't want to drink pop anymore. Yes, I call it pop. I don't care what nobody says.
No judgment.
Because people be like, it's soda. I was like, no, it's not. It's pop.
Everything was Coke growing up.
That's down south people. They're like, yo, everything is just a Coke. Like, yeah, but how do you explain orange? Yeah, orange Coke. No, that just doesn't sound right. Like, I mean, now they have an orange Coke, and that just
orange
sounds
and vanilla.
Orange, which sounds like nothing but diabetes.
That's exactly what it is. I had one. It was very delicious. I was like, oh, that's dangerous.
The Coke vanilla in itself used to just be. I was like, no, because you can drink because it's so, especially if it's nice and cold. It's just you open it and it's just that, and you just take that first sip and it's just like it's literally like the fucking commercial. You're literally like you're in a Coke ad. It's so fucking refreshing. And
you close your eyes, you just let it wash over you for a second. Like,
this is what God intended. And then you realize after you drink 3, you're like, why do I look like I'm 4 months pregnant? Oh, it's because that refreshingness.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that was one of the hardest things for me in my diet. What do you think is like gonna be the hardest thing for you to stop eating if you try to though?
Soda's gonna be my hardest thing.
Dude, that was the hardest for me. It was the hardest for me. Like I would buy a case of. Bro, let me tell you something. See anybody looking? Okay. I used to think the Sprite was healthy. Now don't you fucking. I was like, it's lemon lime. It's a light color. It's a light flavor.
No caffeine.
No caffeine. I'm good. Wrong.
Oh man, that shit's a health remedy in my family.
Sprite.
Like, yeah, no, but it's got to be warm. And you gotta and then you gotta put extra lemon in it,
and some crackers.
Yeah.
Some premium saltine crackers.
Oh, I have a box from when I got COVID.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I got COVID back in June.
Did we ever talk about this?
I don't think it's come up in our conversation. No. Yeah, I got COVID back in June, and I wanted to fucking die for like a week.
What did it feel? I sound like. What did it feel like?
It was the worst sick I've ever been without needing surgery. I had a fever of 103. I had body aches. I had chills. I was sweating. Like I everything hurt. I didn't get the loss of taste and smell. Like that didn't go away. I could still thankfully smell everything and taste everything. But I was just sniffles, coughing. The fucking mess. And normally when I get like a flu, I'm down for like a day and a half tops. I got to really thank God, good genes, mom and dad. But so I was like, fuck, I think I caught something. So I went home. I signed up for a test. I couldn't get a test for like 3 days. So for like 3 days, I was just in my room. Like my brother was like, I felt like prison because my brother would just like leave bowls of soup and shit by my door and then knock. And then like I would count to 10 and then go get it. Yeah, I was a prisoner in my own room. But thankfully I have a really nice setup here, so I have a computer. But anyways, I didn't break fever until like day 6 or 7. Like even with like Tylenol and ibuprofen, like my fever wouldn't go down. It went down a little bit, but like I was still like feverish. But I didn't break fever until like day 6 or 7, and then I was good, and then I felt fine. But
did you have as they say, it felt like an elephant on your chest, the weight on your chest?
no, thankfully that never happened. I had very mild symptoms comparatively to most other people, which again, big ups to God, big ups to my parents for giving me this bomb ass immune system, because I was able to fight it off really well. Not fight it off, but I was able to keep my symptoms to a mild inconvenience, I guess.
Dude, I already am nervous of catching a cold, anything post my surgery from 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Just anytime, because if I eat too much dairy, I get phlegm in my throat. I'm like, this is fucking terrible. Right. It's like, so just, I mean, like cheese, like not even drinking milk, just cheese. I'd be like, oh. So when all this was coming out, when everything started happening, I was like, I've always was freaking out, but I was like, okay, the number one thing I'm gonna keep doing is taking these turmeric shots. So I would buy a whole box of the turmeric ginger shots, take them bitches in the morning. I was trying to make sure my immune system stayed through the roof.
Right.
I was like, I refuse to go down, because I remember the pain I went through when I was sick going into, my surgery and how I had to have, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't consider myself lucky, because God, it fucking sucked, but I'm able to walk through the world a little bit more, not carelessly, but without thinking about it as much, because I know I already got it, and that shit lives in your immune system.
I'm gonna fuck your head up real quick, and I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, because I think I got immunity for like 3 to 6 months minimum, something like that.
Well, they said some people have gotten it again before their immunity, quote unquote.
Oh shit.
So that's why I was like, I'm gonna fuck your world up real fast. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I still wear masks everywhere I go, and I'm really careful, wash my hands and everything. But I'm not as not. Oh my god, it's like a T word, and I can't think of it. I'm not as
traumatized.
Afraid. Well, I mean, yes, but I'm not as well. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm terrified of going into like grocery stores and gyms. Because I know I like, not only do I have the mask, but I also already got it, so I feel better about not catching it. It's like double protection.
This is how I know you'll never be petty like me, because let anybody cross me at any path and say something stupid, I'll pull my mask down. Just so you know, I just got over COVID. Then put it back on and then just walk off and watch
Go. You're gonna want to quarantine for 2 weeks. Why? Because I just got over it.
You know what? You had plans. Cancel them. Can you imagine how rude that is?
Oh my god!
Like somebody act the ass at you. You like, you know what? I don't need to fight you. You know, you just some calmly like, normally in this situation, I'd be ready to fight you and punch you in the face, but I think I know a better way to handle that. And they like, what you mean? What you know how to handle it? Well, I think I can handle it like this, and just tell you that 72 hours ago, I just got over COVID. You're welcome. Have a nice day. And
just let them freak out.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had to tell some dude at the gym to fucking put his mask on right, because he had like the top done and then just left like the bottom loose, like without tying it up. So like he was basically not wearing a mask. I like walked over to him and I was like, hey, put your mask on. And he goes, well, my mask is on. I was like, it's not on right. You're not wearing your seatbelt right. You're still in danger. You're not wearing your mask right. You're endangering all of us. So put your mask on right. And he goes, well, I'm just having a hard time breathing when I'm working out. And I'm like, the people on the cardio machines got masks on. You breathing harder than them? You think you're breathing harder than the people on cardio? I just want to know. And he was like, well, and I was like, put your mask on, man. Come on. I don't want to get sick. Nobody here wants to get sick. Why you got to make us sick? And he was like, man, fuck you, and put his mask on. I was like, don't care. I don't care.
First of all, like, what did he think with saying, fuck you? You put the mask on already. Nothing matters.
Yeah. I won. You can have your little pity party with your mask on. And I kept eyeing him like the rest of the fucking time I was there. I like rack my weights and then look over. Okay.
Again, couldn't be me. First of all, you're not gonna just come to me calmly. Hey, put your mask on. Excuse me? Because first, I got to take my earphones out. And I'm like, what's up? Put your mask on. You made me turn off my music, stop my workout for you. Tell me, oh, who are you? I'm a concerned citizen. Fuck your concern. Like, I'm just petty. Like, I'm so petty. Like, if you get me at the wrong time, I go in on shit that I shouldn't go in. Do you care about getting all of us sick? Fuck you and all of them. Well, you're not a concerned citizen. Concern this dick. Like, I'm just going off. Like, 'cause I know me. I'm just going off and shit. And they're like, yo, Jay, it's not that bad. It's not that serious.
I had to say something. I was like, everybody in here wearing masks. We all following the rules, getting our workout on. Yeah, we all think it fucking sucks, but put your shit on. If you're gonna be here, put your shit on. It's that simple. You don't want to wear your mask? Go work out at home.
That's like the people who wear a mask and then put it under their nose, and you're like, do you not know what the word respiratory system means?
Yeah, it's in through your mouth, right? Rest.
You think you just only breathe through your mouth, huh? You just only breathe through your mouth, huh? First, so you're a mouth breather.
That's a different problem.
Like you just sit around there.
That cringe.
Dude, I just see people do that so much, and I'm like, at this, because when they do that, I don't know about you, but for me, I'd rather you just not wear the shit at that point, because you might as well not be wearing it.
Mm-hmm. It's like the racist thing. Like just be out at that point. Just be out.
You know what I'm saying? You see how it all connects together? Because if you're gonna wear it here, your respiratory, you breathe. It's still happening.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this shows you how the people who always say, I'm smart, I know things. You're really smart. Like, no, you're not. Because they'll be like, well, my mouth is covered, but your nose.
Mm-hmm. That's why when they test you for COVID, they done fuck your brain up here. They don't hit you in the back of the throat. They go into your fucking cranium.
Because that's what they did for mine for the weakest link. We had to get them back-to-back days. Which I was like, okay, first of all, if I'm cool day one, day two, you just think some shit's gonna change? And then it's like, so we did that, and then I was cool, but I know like some places, because they did the thing of the nose. Funny story. So we do the testing, right? They let you put the thing up your nose yourself. And they were like, yeah, we're gonna have you go higher. I was like, okay, fine. They were like, you sure? I was like, tell me when to stop. And I go up, and they were like, so they were like, how are you able to do that? I was like, yo, I was intubated through my nose while I was wide awake.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
this
little stick ain't shit. Okay. Like they couldn't go through my mouth, they had to go through my nose. And I was wide awake. Dude, I'll never forget that. Like I tell people, it was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Like you've seen the original Total Recall, right?
Yeah.
Remember the part when after Arnold Schwarzenegger gets the briefcase after he cusses out that old lady, and he takes the gun and he puts it in his nose to get the thing out his head?
Oh.
So remember how once you see it go up, and then when he pull that shit down, and it looked like the world's giant booger that's lit up coming out his nose?
Yeah.
So imagine, if you will, because you're, again, respiratory, your break, all this is connected. So it goes up, and then you just feel it come down. Like, you ever had that post-nasal drip? Do you have allergies?
Yeah.
So you've had post-nasal drip before.
Yeah, it hits you in the back of the throat.
Hits you in the back of the throat. There's a track back there, in a sense, like it's connected. So when you got them going this and then going back through your throat, you're like,
yeah.
And I'm thinking at the same time, I should have a gag reflex. Like, I don't have a gag reflex. Like, I don't plan on sucking a dick. Like, dude, but yeah, we went up there, we were in the nose, and then you do it, and it's like, but they have other ones now that are spit tests. Okay. They take your saliva. So
that sounds easier.
But yeah, but you can't, like, when you take it, I think you can't eat an hour or so or drink anything an hour before or whatever. You can't do anything. So, like, if you take it the first thing in the morning, you got to wake up brush your teeth super early, and then let your mouth just stay the way it is for a while. But it's also weird too when you find out how. Remember how there was a big thing at first where it was like, man, some people ain't getting their results back for weeks. But you hear motherfuckers, yeah, 30 minutes, you got your test results back. You're like, why is this not available for every?
Because not everybody can afford it, sadly.
Yeah. Because I know Winston was like, when he went to go film on Superstore, he had to get tested twice. And then when he got on set, they had to have him on set a half hour earlier because they took him for a test to get his results in 30 minutes. Like, I understand you can go anywhere where it's free. But like, I just want to like. Also, I don't drive, so it seems kind of weird. I feel like it's always weird for me to try to drive up someplace with an Uber. Like, hey man, listen, I know you're gonna keep this thing running, so it's probably gonna be a $9,000 ride just to get this COVID test. Like,
yeah, I'm actually planning to go to San Diego at the end of October, go visit some family, just because I've been stuck in Arizona almost a damn year now, and I got family that I know is safe and clean where they're at, so I'm just going to go visit them, hit a beach for a day or two, and then come back because I need to get out of here for a little bit.
I hadn't been out of LA. Like I'd go to Chicago once a month throughout all this because I was like, I can't just stay here. There's nothing to do. And everybody was like, well, you going through an airport? I was like, first of all, the airports are damn near empty. Like, contrary to popular belief, they're practically empty. Secondly, I'm making sure I'm good. So if I'm protected and I'm kept away from people, I'm good. Well, what about other people? I can't worry about other people. I got to worry about me. So I would do that. I got back the first week. I went like the end of July and got back like the first week of August. I didn't leave. I haven't left since. And I was supposed to leave my birthday. I was supposed to spend my birthday in Chicago, but I booked the weakest link, and I was like, I gotta take this COVID test. Like, so I'm going. Like, I just went to Tacoma last weekend for my daughter's birthday. I spent that up there with her for her birthday. I'm going to Chicago.
Adorable, by the way.
Thank you. She's such a handful.
I saw she got a camera.
So
let's go, Daddy J.
My daughter has been watching YouTube Kids regularly. She loves it. She watches the Onyx Kids, all these other little kids, these families and stuff. My daughter gets a camera. She said that I had to charge it up for like an hour or so because it need to be charged up fully, or 2 hours. I'm sorry. Charged it. Sets the camera up. She says, Daddy, I showed her what the camera can do. I said, baby, the camera can do this. It can make a thing like it's doing the news. It can do these other things. She said, okay, let's do the news. I said, fine. So she set it up. She's like, let me know when to start. Press the button. She said, hey guys, what's up? It's Leah, and welcome to my channel. In the news today, it's my birthday. Whoa!
Oh man.
Then did hers because she got to get an extra memory card. So I told her mom I'll buy it. I'm gonna buy it and just send it out there. So then she says, Daddy, I want you to do something. I want you to say something for my channel about the news. I said, okay. I said, she put it on me. She's like, can you do like you do on yours? I was like, yeah. I said, hey, what's happening, everybody? It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington. I'm here on Leah's channel to tell you today's Leah's birthday, and it's gonna be a great day. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and she's got a lot of great gifts, and we're gonna think. And she comes over and goes, daily out. And then I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, she has it planned.
Don't forget to hit that like button, smash subscribe.
Oh, I don't know if you saw what I did when I was on Instagram, because I was just talking. And she was like, hey guys, hope you like the channel. Be sure to subscribe. And I was like, whoa. Because it caught me off guard. But it's what she wants to do. So I was like, her mom is going to help her with it. And I was like, whatever I can do to help, I will. But it just had me like, it was so weird because, I knew kids watch it. I know kids were like, some kids want to do it now because that's what they see.
Yeah.
But I never expected her to have the vernacular down and everything and knowing how she wants to do it. So I'm going to definitely help her with it. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting. It's weird because it's like my worst feeling, my worst fear, and I use this loosely and I'm joking, is that my daughter's going to start a channel and then I'm going to have to be like, hey, baby, can you do Daddy a favor? Can you tell people to go subscribe to Daddy's channel real quick? Like,
give Daddy a shout out.
Can you give daddy a shout out? Like, and go check out my dad, the resident supervillain. Like, she goes, that's so nice. And it's like, everybody's like, why is your dad a supervillain? Because she's going to be like, go check out my dad, the resident supervillain. Like, thank you, baby.
That's adorable.
So it was that. She got that, and she got her own. I bought her a smartwatch. It's almost like an Apple Watch, but it's for kids.
Oh,
and
okay.
it has a camera on the watch. And I was like,
why you need a camera on the watch?
She's 7, and I'm like, and then like I was talking to her, I was FaceTiming her yesterday with her mom, and I was like, yo, she got cuter over. My daughter got her ears pierced, and it was like she got cuter, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I was like, nope, because everybody's like now. The big thing I see a lot on social media is people like, oh, you can't control your daughter's body, and you're just a father. I'm like, I'm not trying to control her body, but goddamn it, listen. Keep this child a child as long as I can.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, man. But listen, bro, as always, these are fun. We got a lot more to talk about. I can't wait to hear about the next set of reviews.
For sure.
So this is what you're going to do. Again, you're going to promote all of that stuff right now.
Okay, here we go. Because I got it pulled up because I needed to make sure I had it right. So on Instagram, it's Minority Movie Report, all one word. And then on Twitter, it's just Minority Movie. And then you can find us on YouTube at Minority Movie Report. And if you want, I can send you a link so we can put it in the description later.
Do that.
People watch that video.
Do that.
Okay. I'm going to send you the link right now. But yeah, that's where you can find us. You can follow us. We'd really appreciate it. Now we got a video up. We're going to have more videos coming in the future.
Look at Rudy out here making moves. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I love to hear, man. Follow your dreams and your goals and do this good shit, man. Make these movie reviews a point where I gotta hit you up and be like, hey Rudy, can you and Jasmine do me a favor? Can y'all just tag me in a video and just say shout to me? I'm like, go follow me, please.
I'd be more than happy to, Jay.
Appreciate it. As always, y'all know the drill. Follow me, Twitter, Instagram. Y'all know how. And if you want to do one of these one-on-ones yourself, just join over at the Supervillain Squad, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. And if you're a member of the squad and you want to do these, just upgrade your tier and we can make that happen. All right. Holla at y'all later for the next edition and the next installment and all that good stuff. I'm out. Take care. Bye.